All right, here's some range footage from the 4006 Smith & Wesson. Shooting at 7 yards with some old federal ammo, range ammo. Got the range to myself today. So let's see how she shoots. I just picked this up and all 11 rounds of 40 Smith & Wesson. We'll do single action first. So that's the first 3 shots, and pretty bad. I gotta get used to this gun. A couple more shots. Not too bad. Now we got that done. We're going to do the last ones double action. So using that decocker. It's not too bad on double action. And that was the last 5 rounds of 40 Smith & Wesson. And damn, those blue glasses of mine fog up pretty quickly. So anyway, we got an empty gun. We're gonna do something different first. We're gonna do the shooting part first, and then we'll do the review. See how that goes on. See if everybody likes that a little bit better. Let us know in the comments below. And Victoria, go ahead and run the footage for the review. All right, welcome back to R-TAC and Daughters, and here's an oldie but a goodie. The Smith & Wesson 4006. This is one of the first chamberings of 40 Smith & Wesson that Smith came out with. We all know the story how Glock beat them to the market for 40 Smith & Wesson with their Glock 22. So, anyway, local pawn shop had this sitting in there for 4 big ones. And I studied over it, pondered over it for about a week, and said, you know, I have never been a fan of this pistol. I don't like the way it feels. I don't like the way it looked. Back in the 90s when they were new, and the late 90s when I was able to buy a gun at 21, I'm like, I don't really care for the way it looks. I thought it was, and of course it's empty. I just thought it was a cheap copy of a 1911 in a caliber I really didn't understand or know about. So let's fast forward about 30 years. 25 to be fair. So it's sitting there in the pawn shop, and I was like, you know, I might check it out. There was another Smith & Wesson sitting next to it. It was a lemon squeeze Smith & Wesson, and it was like $200. I was like, well, let me see that lemon squeeze, because I like old Smith & Wessons and H&R pistols that are chambered in 38 Smith & Wesson, 32 Smith & Wesson long, 32 Smith & Wesson short. So those oddball calipers, I like those guns a lot. I have some of them. Well, as I was doing the paperwork on it, I realized that the barrel on that gun was bulged. I was like, well, no, that's a deal killer. Check out the other one they had, and it was in 32, but it was the H&R, and it didn't lock up real good. I said, well, let me see the Smith. So he let me see the Smith. It only comes with one mag, which that's a damn bummer because these things are like hen's teeth and they cost a lot because I know I ordered 4 more magazines for it. I like to have 7, but because of these things here, the cost of them, they're they're only going to be 5, and that'd be good enough for me. So let's do it with the magazine. It holds 11 rounds, so that gives you 11 plus 1. A lot of police agencies were coming out of Smith and Wesson Model 10s and 13s and 66s and 65 338 Special and 357 Magnum revolvers and going to semi-autos because of the Miami-Dade shooting incident down there that the FBI studied and said they needed something more powerful than a 38 and 357. Except that 40 is about the same as 357, but or 10 millimeter is, I should say. But 10 millimeter was too much, so then they decided, well, let's go to 40. It's still better than 38 and just a little bit below 357 and 10. And we still hold a lot of rounds. Okay, cool. So that's how these pistols were developed, basically, and how 10 or 40 Smith and Wesson come about. 40 Smith and Wesson is basically 10 millimeters short. It is the 38 Smith and Wesson version of the 10 millimeter to the 357 Magnum. So you should be able to catch that reference. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with 40 Smith & Wesson. I own several guns in 40 Smith & Wesson. This being one of them. So the 2 guns I went in there that I was really liking, that I really wanted, were both duds. So he had this one, and he had some M&P shields and he had one Kimber in there, even a used Kimber, which looked like it had some plastic mangling over it. Was like $650. I was like, no, I already own one Kimber and that's enough. So I said, let me see that 4006, because at first I was hoping, I was like, well, maybe that's a 10 millimeter Smith. And I got up and I looked up and I was like, oh, it's a 40. I said, okay. So I'm still playing with it. So let's check it out. This gun is completely stainless steel. You don't have to worry about rusting on it, except there is some rust on right there in the corner on the sight. I'm going to get some night sights for it. I carried this for a week. It weighs over 2 pounds. It's a chunky monkey, but it's a chunkier monkey when you put 11 rounds of 40 or 12 rounds of 40 in it. It has a plastic one grip. I know they make different grips for it, and they got a pin here you got to knock out to change your grip. I don't know why. If Smith & Wesson would ever make the 2.0 grip for this, that'd be great. Does anybody know if anybody or aftermarket company is making a grip for this that it has the same type of stippling as the M&P series? Because if it does, I think that'd be a big improvement. Hand gets a little sweaty, and it slips on the back side here a little bit. So let's check out the grip surfaces on the front. Here we got us a checkering pattern here with some dirt in there, some old time. Stop shaking, camera. Somebody else's skin cells in there. You got some here at the front trigger guard, which is great. Those feel great. I can get a lot of grip on it. This is okay, but I would like a Gen 2 Smith & Wesson stippling on there. The back is more cross checkering or triangle, I guess. Not too bad. This side is. Now, from my understanding is that you can swap the slide stop slide release to the other side. The magazine release looks to be swappable on both sides, and it does have a safety decocker on both sides. Advantage to this gun is that it is ambidextrous to both left-handed or right-handed people and wrong-handed people, better known as left-handed people. I know, pretty funny. This has a 3-inch barrel. kind of the Glock 19 of the day. It has 3-dot rear sight. It is single action. Okay. Oh, we caught something there. It has a magazine disconnect, so it will not fire when the magazine's out of the pistol, which could be a problem for some people. And there it is. Has a pretty good double or single action trigger pull, not too bad. Double action, about the same as a Model 10 or a Model 13 or 66. Revolver, not too bad. You can't like half cock the trigger or anything like that. Anyway, you have to do a full cock, and then with the safety down decocker, it does put the trigger block up there so it doesn't fire. So as you can see right there, there's the trigger block, or the firing pin block, I should say. There it is, where it will fire and it'll lock in place. Hit that down, it's going to come down. So that's your feature on this, or your safety. Basically, is double action only, or you put the decocker down. So your first round is going to be on double action, regardless. Takes a little bit of getting used to it. The more I shot this pistol, the better I liked it. And it's a shame it took me 25 years to realize it, because I could have picked them up when it was a little bit cheaper and magazines were a lot more plentiful. And I figured I need to add this to my Smith & Wesson collection of semi-auto pistols. I think the other thing I need to get is a Sigma, because I don't have a Sigma in the collection. You know, the one they got sued over. So, in my buddy, the ammo that I shot in this that you've seen the video before, or the lead into this review, which we're doing backwards for this one. That's Spear Gold Dot, hollow point size shot in it, and Federal FMJs that I got from a buddy of mine, and you'll see that ammo haul video either before or after this, so you'll know about it ahead of time. Either way, shot 50 rounds out of it. Shot placement was great. Once I got used to the double action, it was better, but you're only going to shoot double action on the first trigger pull. Fun gun to shoot. I'm just disappointed it took me this long to get one and to shoot one and then like it. The only really problem I have with it is a chunky weight gun. I mean, it weighs a lot. It weighs more than a 1911, a single stack 1911, I should say. Other than that, recoil is very mild because of the weight, and I see why police departments went to it. Also, it fits into my Brinks gun collection, as Brinks was a very big supporter at one time of Smith & Wesson and Remington. Well, Remington for shotguns, and Smith & Wesson for handguns. And I know that some of the newer Brinks offices are carrying FM 509s now. I don't know why, but okay. So they went from, like Brinks, they went from Model 10s, Model 65s, Model 66s, and some Model 13s that were in inventory, because they all fired 38 special P plus rounds. The first semi-auto gun they went to was the 4006. A lot of police departments picked these up. There's a tactical model, a 40 tactical model with a rail. California Highway Patrol had this. A lot of police departments adopted this. I know Cincinnati had these for a long time, and some 5906s. But this was a 4006. So anyway, I believe this is just a private purchase. There's no markings on here that it was a police gun at any time in its lifetime. And we'll probably do another video on it when I get some more magazines for it, because it was a lot of fun to shoot. So anyway, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, which costs nothing to subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. Tell us how you like the 4006 or what you disliked about it. My only problem is it's a little weight, a little heavy, but I got used to it carrying it for a week, and it was a lot of fun to shoot. So we'll catch you guys next time. Remember, as always, it costs nothing to be kind to one another, and God knows Joe Biden needs a lot of kindness to keep his mental health in, because we don't want Camel Toe being the next president. As always, we'll catch you next time.